One narrow waterway, 20% of global oil. War pushes it to the brink. And now, Japan faces a dangerous question. What happens when the fighting stops, but the threat remains? "20% of the world's oil passes through one narrow choke point, the Strait of Hormuz. Now, as war tensions ripple across the region, a new player is cautiously stepping into the conversation: Japan. But not with missiles, not with warships, with a question: what happens after the fighting stops? Because on Sunday, Japan's Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi floated a scenario that signals just how serious the situation has become.
If there were to be a complete ceasefire, hypothetically speaking, then things like minesweeping could come up. This is purely hypothetical, but if a ceasefire were established and naval mines were creating an obstacle, then I think that would be something to consider.
This isn't military escalation. This is contingency planning for chaos. Because if the Strait of Hormuz is mined, even after a ceasefire, the global economy doesn't just slow down, it chokes. Japan knows this better than most. Nearly 90% of its oil flows through that single corridor. And right now, that corridor is under threat. The war, now stretching into its fourth week, has already pushed oil prices upward, forcing countries, including Japan, to tap into emergency reserves. Behind the scenes, diplomacy is moving just as fast. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi revealed he had spoken directly with Motegi about a critical possibility: allowing Japanese-linked vessels to pass safely through the strait. A fragile opening, but one that depends entirely on whether the guns fall silent. Meanwhile, pressure is building from Washington. US President Donald Trump met Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, urging her to step up. The ask? Send warships, help reopen the strait. So far, Japan has resisted. Because this isn't just about capability, it's about law. Japan's post-war pacifist constitution sharply limits military action overseas. Even with expanded powers under its 2015 security legislation, any deployment must meet strict conditions: an existential threat, no alternatives, and clear justification. So Tokyo is walking a tightrope, balancing alliance pressure, energy dependence, and constitutional limits. Takaichi, after meeting Trump, made it clear: Japan is defining exactly what it can and cannot do. No commitments. Not yet. But one thing is certain. If a ceasefire comes and the waters remain dangerous, Japan could find itself stepping into one of the most sensitive military roles in the world. Not to fight, but to clean up the aftermath of war. Because in modern conflict, the end of fighting doesn't mean the end of danger. Sometimes it's just the beginning of a different kind of battle. One fought beneath the surface, invisible and just as deadly.